Welcome back, mamas. Y'all, I have something for you today that is going to change your summer. Yes, I said change your summer because it is a boundary. And if you set this one boundary for yourself, it is going to change your sanity and the way that your days go this summer. I think it's that important. So let's get to it. Do you wish you had control of your days, that you had a rhythm, but instead feel overwhelmed, scattered, and like there's never enough time? You're in the right place. I'm Danielle, a recovering workaholic, wife, and stay-at-home mom of two girls. I've learned how to reclaim my time and find purpose and freedom so I can be present with my kids and feel like myself again. Here, we embrace where we are, but we don't stay there. So if you're ready to trade the chaos for clarity, the guilt for grace, and the endless to-do list for aligned flow, grab the kiddos a snack and toss in that laundry because I know you're multitasking, and let's do this because your time, your purpose, and you matter. Okay, mamas. So if you've been listening, you know I've been mentioning boundaries a lot lately. And I said I would do an episode on boundaries. And here we are. It is summer, y'all. Summer has begun. If you have school-age children, preschool, grade school, kindergarten, whatever, it is summer. And summer tends to be a free-for-all, right? Like there's no schedule, there's no sports, or at least there's a lot less sports than there usually is. We still have a few sports going on right now. But there's camps, there's all kinds of things that can happen in summer. We plan vacations, a lot that goes into summer, but one thing that the summer does not usually have is boundaries. And so when I was thinking about this, I am like, okay, this is the perfect time to do an episode on boundaries, setting one boundary. I wanted to talk about this one boundary. I'll go deeper on Thursday into more boundaries, but this one boundary that I'm going to talk about today is something that I believe if you implement it will just be game changing for your days. And I'm going to start with a quote. This is a quote from Mark Twain, and it says, "Give every day the chance to become the most beautiful day of your life." Give every day the chance to become the most beautiful day of your life, right? And this is how we need to approach our summers, right? Because if not, number one, we only have limited amount of summers with our children, right? Like someone said to me, you only have like 18 summers with your kid before they're going to be adults, right? And I'm like, oh gosh, that's true. When you look at it that way, how old is your child right now? I think mine was probably like, they were probably like 7 and 9 when someone said that to me. And so I was like, oh my gosh, half of my summers with Gabriella are gone already, right? And I was just like, oh my gosh, that is insane. So I just really took that to heart. And one thing that will just make your days so much better with your children is setting the boundary of a morning time. Now, I don't want to call this a morning routine because morning routine can sound like you have to get up early, you have to set a specific plan for something that you have to do every day, like create a routine. I want to, I guess, get you to think about this a little bit differently and think about instead of like a morning routine, just having like mommy time. Like you can call it whatever, like your children may know it as mommy time, it can be coffee time, it can be whatever you want it to be, but it needs to be like 10 or 15 minutes where you are kidless, you are phoneless, you are by yourself somewhere where it's quiet. Now, if you have a baby, right? Like maybe you have to take your baby, your newborn, or, if one of your children is not old enough to watch a baby for 10 or 15 minutes without you being like right there, then maybe you have to take the baby with you. And so this might be a little bit fluctuating of when you can do this, but I want it to be in the morning. And I want it to be mostly before you start your day, right? Because this is going to set your intention for your day. This is going to set your mind for your day. This is going to be something where you are focused on getting something for yourself. So you might have your coffee or your tea or your mud water or whatever you drink, right, in the morning. And you might be going into a separate room a separate space where you can be by yourself. And I am going to try to get you to leave your phone behind. Okay. Leave your phone away from you and have this be a time where you either listen to some music, you can meditate, you can be in a room where you can do that. If music is not something, if you just need some quiet, that is great too. For me, this always involves my Bible or my devotional that I'm working on. I will have that with me. And, if you have a devotional, or if you don't have a devotional and you just have like a journal, this is really powerful because your journal is maybe something where you need a prompt, right? Like if you need a prompt, there's so many different journals that you can buy that have prompts in them. You can go on, just go on Chat GPT or even the internet, like Google is your friend and ask it for journal prompts. You can even ask it for like journal prompts for, and you can say what, like something that's important to you right now or something, and they'll give you some journal prompts, right? And this will allow you to just journal or meditate or do your devotional or whatever it is for just 10 or 15 minutes in the morning to kind of get yourself in this headspace where you can be ready for the day, where you can be energized for your day, where you can be more present in your day because you took this time for yourself to sit there for just 10 or 15 minutes and really enjoy your coffee or your mud water or your tea or whatever beverage it is that you love to enjoy, and to really soak in something that is going to fill you up. Like I said, for me, it is typically a devotional. You can do music, you can do a meditation. Again, like you can just go online and I have some actual meditations that I've done in the past that are really good. And you just want a short one, right? Something where you can unplug for 10 to 15 minutes with no interruptions, which is super hard as a mom, right? Like super hard as a mom. But I am telling you, if this is something where you need to get your toddlers in front of the television and give them a little snack or let them play with some toy that is safe or whatever, just sit them somewhere and tell them it's mommy time for the next 10 or 15 minutes. And you just go, you say, don't come and bother me unless you're bleeding or someone is bleeding, right? Like you just, like those are words I have used so many times because what happens is when they know that you're doing something that they can't do, a lot of times they will want to come bother you for whatever reason. So you have to give them something that's going to hold their interest. And I'm not a big fan of putting your child in front of devices or the television. However, if they're over 2, like I didn't, that's just me. I did no television before the age of 2, right? Like because I heard it was bad for brain development. And so that was just our rule around here. But if you have the luxury of being able to just let them decompress for 10 or 15 minutes, let them get their fill of whatever it is they love to do, right? Like and 10 or 15 minutes of it is not usually going to be enough to be damaging, right? Like, because I know when my kids would watch a bunch of TV or do a bunch of things on their devices, they would get stir crazy. Their brains are so, they're still developing. And so you really do have to be careful with what you put them in front of. But I would advocate for putting them in front of an age appropriate show or something for this time. That's how important it is. And one of the things that you can do that's really impactful is to actually, during that time, set an intention for your day. And this doesn't have to be like, I'm not saying you have to decide for the day what your plan is going to be or anything like that. But when you set an intention for the day of what you want to do that day or what you want to bring into that day, you know what? Maybe I'm going to go deeper on this on Thursday and talk about an intention, setting an intention for your day and what I mean by that, because that was always super powerful for me. But when I started doing it, I didn't really understand what it meant. So it's not really like a goal, although it kind of is, I'll go into it on Thursday. Instead of talking more about boundaries on Thursday, I might pivot and talk about how you set an intention for your day, because I feel like this is something that is super powerful. And I want to read another quote here. This is Ralph Waldo Emerson, and it says, "Write it on your heart that every day is your best day in the year." Every day is your best day in the year. So that's how we have to approach every single day, and we don't want to let our summers go. Sometimes just taking this 15 minutes for yourself in the morning will help you to be able to do that each and every day, and just start your day in a way that is like life-giving, in a way that is going to bring you some instant joy. It's going to bring you some instant like peace, and just ground yourself for the day. One more quote I want to read, and this is from the Dalai Lama, and it says, "Just one small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day." Just one small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day. And this is why I think it's so important to start my day with the Bible or with a devotional or something like that, because it is always a positive. You can read a quote of the day. I've talked about the I Am app, which is just an app that sends you affirmations every day, and starting your day with affirmations. That's another great way that I love to do. And I did this every single day when I was brushing my teeth. I would always start with my affirmations. So that is another thing that you can bring into this morning time. And on days that you didn't feel like you got to do this morning time, sometimes you could just take that time when you're brushing your teeth or whatever, for the day, washing your face and brushing your teeth, to say those affirmations, because I know it can be so crazy for moms of littles, and maybe you don't feel like you can carve out that 10 to 15 minutes each and every day, and it gets interrupted and whatever. So just to get yourself back on track, this is one thing that you could do to make you not feel upset about being interrupted or whatever. So this is something, the doing the affirmations during brushing your teeth, that could kind of reset you if that happens. So until Thursday, y'all, just know that you are worth it. You are worth setting this boundary. You are worthy of this boundary. You are worthy of 10 to 15 minutes of your day that you get to reset, that you get to fill your cup and to fuel what you need for the day, and just setting that intention. We're going to talk about it on Thursday. I can't wait to go deeper on this, but really taking that time to fill your cup in the mornings will be so impactful for you and for your days. Set a boundary for yourself, create that space for yourself to really enjoy your summer days with your kiddos. Okay. So that is my heart for you. If you want to go deeper on this or find out really what I keep talking about with this coaching program, it really is going to set your whole life up in a way where you are knowing that you're doing the right things, that in this season where you are right now, that your priorities are in check, that you know where your true north is, that you are setting intention for your life, right? This is so important. And this is the work that we're doing in the Prioritize Your Purpose coaching. So go check it out, prioritizewithpurpose.com. prioritizewithpurpose.com. You can do /coaching. It'll take you directly there, or just go and click the button for coaching. Sign up for just one session and you will see what a difference this can make in your life. And I am so excited for that for you. So I will talk to you on Thursday. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, Mama. If so, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and then hit share and send this to a mom who needs this in her day. I'll meet you right here on Thursday. Keep smiling, y'all.